Alright guys, welcome to the new series, BrokenGrandAm. Today we're going to talk about hazard switches and general turn signal problems. Anything from a broken bulb to a bad hazard switch to the multi-switch. So I'll do it kind of in a short sweet to keep this video not too long, but help you guys out to save some time with searching. We're going to be using this 03 GrandAm that we use as a beater as the guinea pig for all these episodes. So it's a stock vehicle, so it should be easy for everyone to follow with. If I miss anything, let me know in the comments. Suggestions for other videos, same thing. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Alright, so we'll discuss how to get to the button if you think this button's bad. So to do this, it's really simple. First, you need to get the beauty ring here, run your key out. It'll pop right out. Because then you're going to need to put your key in, shift to accessory, bring it back. I find the best way is up under here. You can reach where the bottom of this thing is and just pull. And when you pull, it should pop right off. And just kind of slide your keys through there. Set this aside here. Let's see. So first, undo this. This is just a simple push the plug. It'll pop out. Up here, this has a tab. Pull the tab. And it'll pop out. And then this guy, I find it best to kind of stick it like this. Pop it out. And voila. Alright, so after you get out of the car, here's what you'll be working with. Put it face down like this. You'll need a 7mm. I'll use a deep on a 1/4 inch ratchet. There's 3 of these screws right here in the back. And this whole unit will come out like that. Now what you'll need to do is there are 2 pins, flaps, whatever you want to call them. Basically needs pinched in and pushed out. That's all there is to that. And then, okay, so you get your new one. Make sure it's the same way. I don't believe it'll let you, yeah, so it won't even go in the wrong way. So then you put it in this way. Go back in. Snap into place. Make sure your pins pop back out. You'll put it back in here. Reinstall the 3 screws. And you'll be ready to put it back in the car. And then once you change it, kind of set it back in place. Make sure you plug everything back in. That goes there. Put your white plug back in your hazard switch. Traction control. Go back into its thing. Set it back in place there. And all it does is just push back in, shift it back to park, remove your key, off goes straight up and down. That's it. Now if you don't think it's a hazard button, or you've changed the hazard button and it's still clicking, then you've got an issue with your multi-switch, which lies under here. So for this guy, just pops up. The T25 Torx. Don't lose that. Then you're going to kind of shimmy it, and it'll come out. So you have one on the right side, you have one on the far left, and there's one directly on top. And then this comes out with the two plugs. So where your contacts will be, if you choose to go this route, using the T10 Torx bit. So there are 7. That last one in there, I used a small flathead. Is this contact right in there? That's the one that bounces back and forth. That determines your right and left. Now you can clean it off and put some more dielectric grease on there. Same thing on the flat side. And again, that may help. It may not. And then just simply reinstall the screws and put it back in the car. So obviously, plug all your stuff back in. Okay, get this one over here. Okay, so yeah, so make sure you push that tab in, get it behind there, because that's for your horn. And then what you also have to watch for, up towards the front, where the little clips are for where the top sits down on, there's a lip that goes this way. So you gotta kind of pull this bottom half towards your steering wheel a little bit and push down, and you'll feel it set into place. Okay, so just like that. So now it's sitting flush and you're good to go. One good indicator is it's sitting flat on this middle piece, because that middle piece is separate. Okay, that's it. Not very tight. You're good to go. Lastly, the cap. Make sure the nubs sit back where they need to. Make sure it's sitting flush. And that's it. Now the fuses for your turn signals and hazards are on your driver's side. Just take this off, and you can use this as reference. But since I'm here to show you this, your hazard one is just below these relays in the center. Should be a 15. And then the turn ones are the 10 right here, just below the 20 for the trunk and the amp. This right here is the ground pack for the lighting, at least up here, up front. If that kind of rust off or falls off, whatever the deal, if that ground comes off, that can also cause a lot of issues with turn signals and marker lights, headlights. They go pretty wonky. So then we'll talk about if a bulb is actually bad. You take this back out anyway. So to take a taillight out, it's these 4 screws. Back here also. Wiggle, it'll fall right out. It'll be plugged in right here. So then what you'll need to do is there are 4 of these tabs. 2 top, 2 bottom. And then a little tab on the end here. These are your turn signals. Now, these actually also go bad. It's just a giant circuit board, very infamous for going bad. So sometimes, nowadays it's just cheaper to go to a junkyard and buy a whole unit, but that would be what needs replaced anyway. But then as far as putting it back on, all you do is just line everything back up, push your clips back in, and then you're ready to roll. Something else worth mentioning If you do run aftermarket taillights and you change out your turn signal bulbs to LED, you're going to get hyper flash. Here's what you need to combat that. So they sell these resistors basically online that are supposed to go with these bulbs, and basically you just go from power to a ground, just a jumper wire, and just adds resistance to the system so it thinks there's actual bulbs in there, not LED. LED doesn't draw as much as an incandescent bulb. You change this center one on either side, you will get hyper flash with LEDs. Side ones not so much because they already don't draw enough as it is. But typically front and back, usually takes one. You said you wire it, and you can do it on the taillight, like this one's done, or in your trunk. You pull back your carpet, you can do it on the actual harness so it hides a little better both sides. Same thing in the front. Alright, so if you do have a bulb, particularly this guy, out, getting your hyper flash, you're going to have to change that bulb. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick, since we're on this whole turn signal subject. So basically you have to take off your cover plate here, and then there's two tabs, which we'll get to. Take it out, change your bulb, back together. Real easy. Generally, I'll use some side cutters, a pair of pliers, and so you'll pop out your push pins all the way around. Now if you don't have a GT, you have an SC, you won't have these two. You'll just have one here and then one that'll be in this area to go in there. Easiest way is lift one side, kind of bend it down as you pull it out, and then it'll just slide out. That one. Now sometimes you may be able to just, nope. Hear this one? Yep, nope. So that's where these guys come into play. I'll go to the bigger setting. You kind of grab it and just kind of wiggle and pull. Sides will not. They just kind of halfway. Your headlight will fall out. All you'll do is push the tab, twist, and there's your bulb. Back. And then go ahead and get the outer one. Just kind of wiggle. I like to push. Okay. Makes that tab. There. And that's it. Tuck one side in. Go over the bumper here. Side back and